Hey guys, how's it going? It's Bed here. Today I've got a cool little lesson for you on the pentatonic scale. I'm going to teach you the 5 pentatonic shapes of going across the fretboard. If you've ever felt stuck in a box, you know the box I mean, just going up and down and all your lead lines sound the same, then you need to expand and take those notes and move them up and down the fretboard. It's not too theory heavy and you can just go the shape route if that's what you want, but I do talk about the notes and how it makes sense moving up and down the fretboard. Don't forget that you can get the tabs for this lesson on my Patreon, and I would be very grateful of the support. Any scale that you learn going from the low E all the way to the high E and back can be moved up the fretboard or down the fretboard depending on which way you want to go, because it'll be the same notes in different positions. Coming out of your comfort zone and playing the same notes but in different areas, you're going to form different patterns, and then you can take those patterns and you can move them back to your first shape, and they'll be tricky and different to play, but it's going to open up some new doors. Maybe it'll open up a secret door which will lead you straight to main stage Glastonbury. I don't know. Maybe it'll just lead you to the pub. Maybe it'll just lead you to your shed in the back garden. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get on with the lesson. Have fun. So the pentatonic scale is just one of those scales that every guitarist should know. It's the foundations of rock and blues, so many other genres. But I feel like a lot of people get stuck in a rut with it and they never really expand from that first position that they learn. Don't get me wrong, there are so many amazing licks and solos that I love that I've used predominantly this first shape, and I will continue to use it when I'm improvising. But there's so much more of the fretboard that you can explore, and I think it's worthwhile getting to know the other shapes and practicing out of your comfort zone, so to speak. A lot of people get put off thinking, oh, well, I don't know where to go. When you're moving a scale up or down the fretboard on guitar, it's the exact same notes, but just in a different order. So if we break down the first octave of the A pentatonic minor scale, we've got 5 notes, pentatonic 5 notes, A, C, D, E, G, and then back to A again. To make it a little bit simpler for you right now, we're going to give each one of these notes a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to 1 again. Now to plan out the next position, we're just going to start from the second note of that scale and move through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. But instead of playing those notes there, we're going to play them here. And that's literally all it is. It's the exact same notes, but we're moving them up the fretboard. So position 3, we could map that out here. We're going to go to the third note, which is a D, and play through. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start on this D and play it up here. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. I think a lot of people get confused with the guitar because if you take C on a piano at this octave, it exists in one place. But on a guitar, we can play it here, 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 all at the same octave. But it gives us a choice in terms of tone. So what makes it a little bit more difficult on guitar than piano is those notes appear in different places all over the fretboard. Whereas once you've learned that pattern on a piano, it's going to stay the same as you move it into the next octave. So what we have to do really is either map out 5 shapes or know all of our notes and learn to play them up and down in different positions. So we'll ditch the numbers because that was just me taking it down to basics for you. We'll go back to the notes and you can see how they stack across 2 octaves. A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A. And then the second position, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C. So that one just went from C through the same notes all the way to C again. Next position starts on D at the 10th fret. It's going to go through the same notes, but finish on a D. D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D. Fourth one is going to go E through to E. E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E. Position 5, starting on the G. G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G. So what I first encourage my students to do is take the second position, for example, put a backing track on and start improvising using just that second position. And try and get some fluency and confidence, and then try and connect it to the first shape. Because you don't just want to get stuck going back and forth in 5 different positions, you want to be able to move through them freely. Here's a really cool example of why moving into different shapes but within the same scale might expand your lead playing. Up here, in what I consider to be the third position, I tend to do this lick quite a lot. Now, I've been playing for a while, so I consider that to be something that came out naturally. But I don't think it would have come out quite as natural over here because of the nature of that bend and then having to get to this root note and then kind of going back on yourself. But it's really cool because now I've created 2 licks that sound awesome, and it came from me experimenting in a different position that was out of my comfort zone. So I'm just going to play through these positions one more time, then you can practice playing them, try and memorize them, get some backing tracks on, improvise, and create your own really cool licks. Here's position 5, but in the lower octave, so you can see it right next door to position 1 where we started. Basically though, if you learn those simple 5 shapes that I've given you, you can cover the whole fretboard in A pentatonic minor, and the next stage would be then to turn it into A blues. Cover the whole fretboard. A natural minor. Cover the whole fretboard. A harmonic minor. Cover the whole fretboard, and so on. And it's not as difficult as you would think, especially when you've got the foundations in place and an understanding of how it's just the same notes moving up and down. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these lessons, I think, because they're fun to do. I think you guys will get a lot out of them. And let's be honest, the major label publishers of the world are coming at YouTubers with a big copyright axe, and they are beheading us all. Anyone and everyone, from Jared Dines, Paul Davids, Carl Golden, all the way down to me. Anyway, little old me is going to stop talking now. I'm going to go and edit this video. If you like this lesson, please let me know in the comments below. Thumb up the video. Give it a share. Don't forget to share everything with your gran, like I said a couple of weeks ago. Really important that you send every video to your gran. And hit subscribe, guys, because the more subscribers I get, the bigger the party. I've been telling you, I'm warning you. If you're not subscribed, you're not coming. Simple as, isn't it? Worrying thing is I can't subscribe to myself, so I don't know if I'll even get in. So if you're subscribed and you've got space in the car, let me know, because I'll just come with you.